and girls, babies in your diapers. Welcome to the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius Boy.
That's me, Tiberius. Today we are going to talk about some awesome stuff. We have a great video game to talk about. Fortnite, a very cool book, my bowling scores, and we got a really awesome guest, Glenda Chauncey from rockallout.com, which is a great rock radio station that has a show called Real Talk with G-Love. Thank you, Glenda, for being on the show.
Well, thank you, Tiberius. How are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. Today's video game is Fortnite. You can play on PC or Xbox or other consoles, and even your cell phone. I currently play on my PC.
And now it's time for the video game of the week.
I like this game because it is a great zombie killing game and you get to play with your friends. You also have Battle Royale that allows you to team up with your friends and go after other teams. Last team standing is the winner. And even on solos, it's the last person standing. You can collect resources or materials that you can use to build walls and ceilings and make your own buildings that you can collect guns and craft your own stuff. I like getting the Scar, which is like the best gun in the game. I give this 5 out of 5 stars, and I'm going to get Battle Pass very soon, and I can do more of the advanced stuff. So Glenda, how this game works is pretend that you have a legendary hand cannon in a bush. First of all, you might want to like put it on your bush, and then you might want to use your hand cannon. And how it works, it tells you if you pretend that it shows up 58.
Okay.
And that's how it shows you that you hit them or not.
Right.
And then obviously you and then the 58 breaks apart. And then if you shoot them again, 58 again.
So let me ask, on a personal computer, so you have keys that will help you...
WASD and the mouse.
Oh, really?
Yes.
You even know what the keys are. Oh. So I bet you are good at this game.
WASD and the mouse.
And the mouse. And that helps you shoot at the people.
Yes. Boom, 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 boom. Left click on the mouse.
Got it. Now, who's your favorite team that you're playing? Do you know the team?
Yes. There's 50v50, which is also squads, regular squads. There's duos, and there's solo.
Got it. Now, do they all have team names? Do you have a team name?
No.
No. So how do you know what team's playing? Colors?
No. But actually, you're actually like a color, and just like left click for like where you want to go.
Okay.
You can even do it on practice.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how often do you play this game?
Mostly I how often?
Often?
Yes, that's a hard one.
That's a hard one?
Yes, how often we play the game. Mostly I play with my friends called Witch Doctor 2006 and Captain Mason.
Nice.
And Voice Layer 101.
Well, I like this video game of the week.
Yes. It is very good. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our awesome sponsors, SlutChannelUS.com. These guys are very, very cool. They bring 21st century surface drainage solutions to reality. They can do corporate and government work. These are the guys that make roads and bridges safe in the rain. You can see all about them at SlutChannelUS.com. That website again is SlutChannelUS.com. Mid-State Fire has been providing top-quality fire equipment services for 3 generations to the Central Florida area. Don't wait for an emergency to repair. Call Mid-State Fire today at 246-8855. Get your fire extinguishers and emergency lighting for both your home and businesses by visiting www.midstatefire.com. That number again is 407-246-8855.
And now we're all ready for the Book of the Week.
Now it's time for the Book of the Week. This week I read The Mouse and the Motorcycle. This book was written by Beverly Cleary the way back when my dad was in school. He read it and he was excited for me to learn the story. And let me read you the back of the book. Glenda, can you help me read the book?
I'll help you. Yeah, I'll help you. This looks like a great book. Ralph the Mouse was terrified. All he had wanted to do was ride the little motorcycle someone had left on the table. Instead, both Ralph and the motorcycle had taken a terrible fall, right into the bottom of the waste paper basket. He was trapped, left to wait for whatever fate was in store for him. But it turned out to be Ralph's lucky day. Along came Keith, the owner of the toy motorcycle, who was staying with his family in the hotel room where Ralph lived. Not only did Keith save Ralph's life, but he taught him how to ride the bike. And when everyone was asleep, he turned Ralph loose in the hotel halls to enjoy the biking adventure of his life. But adventures can be both fun and trouble, as Ralph and Keith soon found out. It looks like a really good book.
My favorite part of the story is at the end of the book, but if I told you it would spoil it. So I can't tell you. But the mouse is called Ralph. Spoiler alert. And he could talk to people. He met a friend called Keith that was a human. And he would get to follow how they get food and play and so forth. This is a great book for older kids. It has 13 chapters. It took 2 days to read, so it might not be far for everyone. But the story is very fun, and I think most kids should hear the story. I give The Mouse and the Motorcycle 9 out of 10 stars. The Tiberius Show would like to thank one of our dedicated sponsors, Custom Designs Orlando. These guys are on Mills Avenue and do all sorts of stuff, ranging from photo ID badges, engraved signs, custom Braille ADA signs, vinyl lettering, to trophies and awards. They can ship products all over the United States. You can reach them at 407-898-0373. The Tiberius Show would like to thank Boggy Creek Airboat Adventures for being one of our sponsors. I got to go on an airboat and saw a real gator. I even got to go to the gem mine and mine for some gems. We ate a steak dinner at the restaurant and even got some gator rights. If you want to have a blast with the entire family, I suggest you go to www.bcairboats.com right now to get your tickets today. The website again is bcairboats.com. And now it's time for an interview of an interesting person. Today's guest is Glenda Chauncey, and also known as G-Love as a stage name. Glenda, welcome to the show.
Well, thank you, Tiberius. It's so great to be here today.
First off, I know you have 2 names. What is a stage name, and why do you have one?
Well, what happens when you get into radio, especially radio, you like to have a made-up name, kind of, to identify who you are, because if I go on the radio and people know me as Glenda, which that's my real name, okay, but it's not a stage name that somebody will identify with me on the radio, and I like my privacy too, because by giving a stage name, you kind of have your privacy just a little.
Yeah. I'm getting pretty tired, sorry.
Well, we're going to wake you up, young man. Now, G-Love, how that came about, just so you know, is everybody liked the fact that I care enough about people and that I kind of put my heart out there on the sleeve when I talk about things. So somebody came up with this great idea and said, G stands for Glenda, right?
Yeah.
And love, because I like to share love. So that's how G-Love came about.
Oh.
What about you, Tiberius? Do you have a special stage name?
No, not yet.
Not yet.
No.
We're going to have to come up with one soon.
Well, actually, can I have one too?
Of course. I would love for you to have one.
I would like it to be Tiberius the Great.
Tiberius the Great. I really like this.
Tiberius the Great.
The Great.
Yeah.
I like
Right.
that. That's
It's
a
on my
good
bowling
name.
ball too.
It's on your bowling ball, Tiberius the Great?
Mhm.
Why? Because you're good at bowling? Yeah, you are? How's
Yeah.
bowling going?
Well, pretty good, and my high score is a 157.
Wow, that's really good. You are rocking and rolling, Tiberius the Great. I love it.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome.
I think you are so interesting because you have your own radio show, just like me. Can you tell me about your show?
The show is very interesting. What I love is rock and roll. My favorite thing in life, like, video games is
Yeah.
maybe your favorite thing.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is music, more specifically rock and roll.
Yes.
So when I started my show, I like to be funny. I think I'm funny. I don't know,
you are
sometimes
funny.
maybe I'm not. But I like to be funny, and I love music. So I came up with Real Talk with G Love, and my station is rockallout.com. And I get to present and showcase local talent that play rock and roll live. And I also get to do national bands that are around the United States. And in fact, we're going to be going out of the United States into places like Germany and Brazil, because they have rock and roll too.
Well,
We might
that's
not know
pretty
the
cool.
words.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Don't you think? I can't wait. It's going to be fun.
Okay. Well, that is great. Now, what is your favorite part about having your own radio show?
You know what my favorite part is? It's mine. It's mine. I don't have to, be a part of someone else's show. Like you, right? It's your show. How exciting is that?
Yeah, and one time I was in your show, too.
You were in my show, and it was amazing.
Yes.
I had a great time with you.
Yes.
You're funny.
Yes, I am.
You are.
What do you do when you're not running your radio show?
Well, I do something called credit repair, and it's when people sometimes go through bad times financially where they may have had some debt, school loan debt. There's a lot of reasons that people get bad credit, and I like to go out and fix it so they can get back on their feet and they can buy new things and they can, spend their money the way they're supposed to. And that way, when they go get a car or a house, that they're able to get approved for that. So I do credit repair, and I help with their scores. That's what I do when I'm not doing radio. If I had my choice, I would do radio all the time.
Okay.
I would do it from the morning that I wake up to the time I go to sleep.
Really?
Yeah. That's how much I love it.
Well, actually, what is a credit?
Credit, it's, when you go to the bank, right? You've been to the bank.
Yeah.
You have your own account, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have $205.
How much?
$25.
Ooh, that's good money there, Tiberius. Wow, I think you got more than I do. Anyway, you go to the bank and they say, okay, you want to buy a car,
Yeah.
right? And the car, you only have $205.
Yes.
Okay, so let's do math. I hear you like doing math.
Yes.
So you have
it's my favorite
205.
subject.
Oh, it's a really good subject.
Yes, it's my
200 today.
Yeah.
Awesome.
My favorite.
So let's say you have $205 in your bank account, right?
Yes.
And the car cost $5,000. $5,000.
Oh my gosh.
Right. And you say, well, how am I going to be able to afford it? If I don't have $5,000, then what am I going to do?
Subtract it. So that's how many more money you need to get.
Exactly. Smart boy. So what happens, you go to the bank and you apply for what they call a loan, because the bank can loan you the money because they have lots of it, right?
Yes.
But here's
Obviously.
But here's what they do. They charge you a lot of interest.
Yes.
Yeah, some interests go from as low as 7%, some go as high as 16% on a car loan. And you know why there's a difference in that percentage?
Yeah.
Because if somebody has bad credit, they have to pay more.
Yes.
Well, that's what I like to do. I like to fix their credit where they're not paying more.
Yeah. And, okay, my teacher, Mrs. Kelly, says that I will use math every day. Do you still use math?
Well, you know, I do in my credit business because I have to calculate their what they call a debt to ratio credit. When you do a debt to credit ratio, it's called a DTC ratio. It's the amount of limit that they have. Remember we talked about that $5,000?
Yeah.
And then they...
You subtract it?
Right, their balance. Yes. Well, no, you have to divide it because to get the ratio, you have to divide what they owe. So let's make math easy because I'm not good at math. You are, not me. Deal. Let's say you have a credit card that has a limit of $1,000, right? And somebody owes $500 on the 1,000. Okay.
Well, when you 1,500.
No. They still have $500 available. They could spend on $1,000. But what happens is they divide what they owe into the limit. That's called the debt to credit ratio.
Wow.
So I use math every day because that person's using 50% of the $1,000. Well, that makes your scores come down because you're using too much of the credit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So what I would advise someone that has $1,000 limit on a credit card and they're at $500, I would have them pay at least $250 towards that balance because guess what happens? It goes down to 25%, which will make their credit scores go up.
It's kind of like Monopoly. At each time you kind of like get home.
True.
I think.
Yes.
I think you get like dollars or something.
Well, yeah, in Monopoly, that's very similar to how people acquire houses and cars and properties and cash. Yeah. I wish it was real money, especially if you're winning.
Yes. And actually, there's a new game out.
What?
It's actually called Monopoly.
Monopoly?
Cheaters Edition.
Oh, Cheaters Edition.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't want to learn that because guess what? Then if you try to cheat everything in life, it doesn't always work that way. Especially in real money. And
actually, they're like...
Oh.
And they kind of like hide it.
They hide it. Yeah, well, a lot of banks do that too. It's called offshoring.
Actually...
Yes, it's called offshoring.
Do you play any video games or board games? What is your favorite?
You know what? I love board games. I do. Like, we were playing Go Fish, for an example. Yeah. I love card games, board games. I like old school stuff. Yeah. I'm not really an Xbox girl, PlayStation. My son is, who's 15. He loves playing Xbox and all those crazy games. I'll watch, but I like, the old school Pac-Man, Asteroids. Yeah, those are the best.
Yeah, I like the old school Pac-Man.
Yeah, they're the best.
It's actually in my bowling place.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they have them at bowling alleys.
Yes.
Yeah. The Asteroid, you ever play the Asteroid where it's like...
No.
You got to hit it real hard to... The rocket to kill all the things coming at you, the aliens. Oh, it's the best. The best.
It's kind of like Galaga.
Galaga.
Yeah.
In fact, I think that's the name of it. Galaga. That's my favorite game. That's about the only one I'll play. That's it. I don't like all the other ones. I like old school.
My favorite board game is Acquire.
What is it called?
Acquire.
Oh, I don't know what that is. Board game?
Yes. I keep getting second place.
You keep getting second place?
Guess who gets first place?
Uh-oh, who?
My father.
Oh, of course. Well, he's
and
Mr. Smarty Pants, too.
And actually, obviously, I beat the person who had the game.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
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 What just happened?
And actually, awesome. the person who had the game was last place.
Oh, they were last place,
yes.
And it's called Acquire.
Yeah.
This is the name.
Acquire.
Okay. There's a lot of board games I'm not familiar with.
It's actually a stock trading game.
Oh my goodness, stock trading.
Stock trading.
Okay, so we got Monopoly and stock trading. I hope you become very rich there, Tiberius.
I know you love music. What got you into music, and why do you like it so much?
When I was young, probably even as young as you are, Tiberius, I loved music. I loved to dance. I love different types of music, even though my probably favorite is rock and roll. But I love top 40.
I love dancing. I'm like...
Yeah? Oh, you got some moves there. That's good.
I'm always kind of like a robot.
Yeah,
and like
the robot.
Dance.
Yeah, I've always loved music. But what I love the most about music is watching it live. I mean, I like listening to it in my car. I like listening it on my own station. But I love to see people perform live. So I love music from a very young age.
And actually in Fortnite, there's actually like music in the emotes. Like,
no, a lot of artists get involved with games, and they make a lot of money off of that. What about that Guitar Hero? All that music. Remember that? That's the Wii, I think. It was called the Wii?
Yeah.
Yeah, Grace and I had one of those we played.
Love Wii.
Yeah.
I still have it.
Around?
Yeah.
It is? I didn't know. We stopped playing it.
I still have Wii, but I don't like play it anymore. I do have the Wii U. I'm actually playing Splatoon. It's actually a game.
Yeah.
I know the Splatoon 2. It's a very fun game, same as Splatoon.
Yeah.
But actually, the final boss is actually like, I'm sorry, spoiler alert. Sorry.
Spoiler alert. We gotta have a ding, ding, ding. Spoiler alert.
Sorry. But actually, the last one is tartar sauce.
Tartar sauce?
Tartar.
Like tartar sauce? The tartar sauce you eat?
Yes.
Oh my.
But actually, there's actually like a head. There's actually like a head, below in Inkopolis. That's the city that you like fight in.
Oh my goodness.
And actually, Agent 8 has to defeat it.
Oh my.
And you have
That sounds very serious.
Yes.
Agent 8. That's who I should become. Agent 8. What do you think?
Actually, it's already taken. Sorry.
It's already taken.
You might be like 10 or like 12, 11.
Okay, so I can't be my 50, I guess. I need to be Agent 50? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not really.
Okay.
You might be.
Oh.
If you play it for like...
Long time?
Yeah.
Like 50 years?
If you like wait and then like boom. Yeah. If you're Agent 50. Thank you so much for answering all of my questions. You have been a very, 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 very great guest.
Well, thank you, Tiberius the Great. Can't wait for that to come around.
Yes.
Thank you.
My father doesn't like it.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to tell him we do.
Tiberius the Great. Like that.
I like it.
He kind of like messes it up.
Yeah.
I'm like, Tiberius the Great.
That's awesome.
Just kind of like Leroy Jenkins.
There we go.
Would you be able to help me with math corners later on?
With what?
Math corners?
Sure, I'll try.
Get ready, it's time for the Bowling Score Report!
This week's bowling scores are 101, 83, and 100. I went to Skylanes, and I bowled with Vanessa. I got over 100 on 2 games. If you want to go bowling, join me Saturdays on AMF Skylanes on OBT at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Tiberius' favorite subject, it's Math Corners!
Thank you, Glenda, for helping me with Math Corners. Today we are talking about lattices. This is the way to do multiplication with 2-digit numbers or more. To do larger numbers. My dad tells me to do this the way Chinese learn to do larger math. Do you know how to use lattices?
I do not. Can you show me how?
Yes.
Okay.
So now you have a box. And then you divide it into fourths. And then you draw a line.
And this is like a diagonal line going
Yes.
from one side of the box to the other.
Yes.
And then it goes out of the box, right?
Yes.
You make sure to draw the lines
Yes.
out of the box. So I'm going to do it at the top of the box where the cross of the first line is, right? And do a diagonal there. And we're going to go out of the box a little. And where else do I need to go?
And you also have to do it like this way, too.
Okay, so this is the bottom. We're doing a diagonal line again out of the original box.
So 75, 93.
And 93. So 7 went on top. The 5 went
Yes.
next to the box over here.
Yes.
And then the 9 and the 3 are on the side.
Yes.
Got it. Okay.
So now it's 5 times 9. It's 45. So you put the you
Put the 4 at the top,
yes.
which is at the top of the first
Yes.
the first quadrant.
And then you put the 5 for the ones in that
Right.
one.
So you split up the 45. So the
Yes.
4 goes on the top, 5 goes on the bottom. Got it?
So now the 7 times 9, it equals 63. So 60 right here.
Oh, so that goes over to the left
Six-
side.
yes,
Ah,
yes,
got
yes.
it. Good. Okay.
So now it's 5 times 3.
5
times 3 is 15. So 15.
All right, so I'm going to put the 1 at the top
Yep.
and then the 5 underneath.
Yes.
And that's on the right side of the box that we've...
Right side.
Okay, all right, got it.
So now it's 7 times 3.
7
21.
times.
So 20 right there.
The 2 goes here.
Yes, and then the 1 goes right there.
1 goes here. Okay, cool.
So now we.
So let me ask you.
Yes.
So when you're adding
Yes.
what to get 5? Show me what you're adding. Oh, you're just placing the 5 down.
Yes.
That's it? Okay.
Yes. And then that would be a 7.
This is going to be a 7.
Yes, yes, because it adds the 7.
Okay.
And then this would be a 5, and then 9. So 9 right here.
So that's a 9. Okay.
So then that would be a 6.
And this comes out as a 6.
Yeah.
Got it.
So it would be 6, 9, 7, 5.
5. Okay.
That is the answer.
And now it's time for Heart of a Lion. We at the Tiberius Show like living with the heart of a lion. Living with the heart of a lion stands for leadership, integrity, obedience, and nobility. We asked Dr. Ferret exactly what that means.
Leadership is really about influence. Leadership is, and the way we define it is good leadership, is about setting the right example and encouraging other people to do the right thing. Integrity is about doing right no matter what. Through life, there are a lot of different circumstances that arise, and integrity, someone who shows integrity, it doesn't matter what all the external things are, they always choose to do what is right. Obedience is about obeying those who are in authority over you, whether that's a teacher, a boss, a parent, that when you are asked to do something, that you respond with obedience, quickly and completely. Nobility is about having respect. It's about carrying yourself with respect and showing respect to others. When you put these 4 things together, that's Lion Strong.
This week we are talking about obedience, which is the 3rd part of lion. I've been having some hard time remembering to go to bed on time. And when I want to argue about staying up, I'm reminded about obedience. And then I go straight to bed. So this is a really hard one. But this is a good one as well. It is always good to obey your parents. And that's our show, folks. Thank you guys for being on my show.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Tiberius.
It was very good seeing you today.
Oh, thank you. I had a really good time, just so you know.
Yes. And now see us next time on the Tiberius Show with your host, Tiberius the Great.
The Tiberius Show is not filmed in front of a live studio audience. Executive producer Joseph Boy. Production editor Pierre Laguerre. Green Room manager Danny Boy. Broadcast associate James Smith. And your program host, Tiberius Boy. The Tiberius Show is copyright 2018.